Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make this cute crochet pigeon. It's a really quick and easy project and it's great for beginner amigurumi makers. So for yarn colours you're going to need a pale grey and a darker grey, and then a small amount of green and purple. I'm going to be using a 6mm hook today, and we're starting off with our pale grey with a slip knot. And then we're going to single crochet 6 into a circle. If you need help with any of the stitches mentioned in today's tutorial, you can find a Crochet Basics playlist in the description box. And now we have 6 stitches total in our round. So for the next round we're doing 6 increases. So to increase we're doing 2 single crochets in the same stitch. And now I've got a stitch count of 12 in the round, and I'm just popping in my stitch marker to mark the end of my round there. And then for the next round we're doing 1 single crochet and 1 increase, and we're doing that 6 times around. Now we have 18 stitches in the round, so next we want to do 2 more increases, one after another. And then we're just going to single crochet to the end of the round. And we should be left with 20 stitches. And now we can just do 3 more rounds of plain single crochet. Next we're going to be doing 2 decreases next to each other, and to do this we're single crocheting 2 stitches together. Again, there is a tutorial for this in the description if you need it. Then once we've done those 2 decreases, we're single crocheting to the end of the round again. So this is going to take me back to a stitch count of 18. Once you reach your last stitch, we want to change colours. So I'm pulling up my loop as if I'm going to do a normal single crochet, but instead of yarning over and pulling the grey through, I'm attaching the purple and then pulling a loop through the 2 on my hook. And then we can just do a round of plain single crochet in this purple. And again, once you get to the last stitch, you want to change colour again. So this time I'm going for my green. So I'm just attaching that and pulling through. And then I'm doing 1 round of single crochet in this green colour. And one last time, we're changing colour in the last stitch, and this time we're going to our darker grey shade. And then I'm going to make 3 more rounds of single crochet in the dark grey. So now we're ready to start closing up the top, but before we do that, we're going to stuff the bottom of the body. And you want to make sure you're getting into all the gaps to keep that shape we made with the increases and decreases. Then next round we're doing is 1 single crochet and then a decrease, and we're doing that 6 times around. So that gets me back to a stitch count of 12. And then we're going to stuff the rest of the body, ready to close up the head. And our last round is going to be just 6 decreases, one after another. So I've got just 6 stitches left, and I'm going to cut my yarn and fasten off my work. So I've left a long tail so that I can sew the head closed, and I'm going to thread this onto a yarn needle and close up the head. So I'm going through each of the 6 stitches and pulling my thread through, and that will allow me to close the top. So I'm going to pull that thread tight and then hide the tail end inside the piece and cut the excess. Then we're going to sew the face. So I'm using some pale pink chenille yarn to sew the beak. So the back is where your colour changes are and where the little bump is, because that's almost a pseudo tail. So I'm embroidering the beak in this pale pink. I'm just doing 3 horizontal stitches. And then I'm adding some dark grey double knit, just 1 stitch underneath that pink. Next we'll do the eyes in black double knit. I'm just doing some vertical stitches at either side of the beak, but you can use safety eyes if you prefer. Then I'm just adding a little bit of white double knit to highlight the eyes. And make sure you tie off the ends of your embroidery yarn and cut that excess. And there is our finished pigeon. This is a super quick and easy project that you can do in a couple of hours, maybe less. If you liked this, drop a like and a subscribe, it really helps me out. If you'd like to see a written version of this, let me know in the comments. If you make your own version of this pigeon, don't forget to tag me on social media. I always love seeing your work, and I'll see you next time.